welcome students everyone. I welcome you all to my history class. I hope all are doing well, all are fine, all are practicing social distancing, all are using mask, all are using sanitizer, caring for the elders and the children in the family because it is very important in today's time. Okay, so let us start with the half part of the lesson because we have already finished part one. So today I will be finishing half part of the lesson. And this half part of the lesson is more interesting than the other part. Okay, we will do the half part of the lesson. Okay, so I welcome you all to my history class. We have to be at home, we have to be safe, and we also have to study well. Okay, so it doesn't mean that coronavirus can get us not to study well. We will study well by staying at home, by practicing social distancing. Okay, next we will see. Okay, so quickly we will go through our online class rules. That is, we have to listen very carefully, follow the instructions of the teacher, respecting others, working quietly, studying safely, arriving on time, and we have to be a little bit prepared. Okay, we have to know what the teacher has to teach. Okay, next we will see. Yes, so today I'm doing the topic, the expansion of Maratha Empire. As you all know, students, I've already completed half part of the lesson. We will surely revise half of the lesson what we have completed. And this is the part 2 of the lesson. Yes, so next we will see. Yes, so revision, everybody pay attention now. We are going to revise half part of the lesson. Okay, so for what we studied in this lesson earlier, that the Maratha Sardars earlier were defensive. They used to defend the fort. They used to defend the fort and they used to defend Mughal army. Mughal army used to attack them, but no longer this persisted. After the death of Aurangzeb and after 25 years of Maratha War of Independence and after leadership like Maharani Tarabai, Shahu Maharaj, the things changed. The Marathas started offending. Maratha started attacking the Mughal territories now. Next, what we saw in this lesson earlier, that Shahu Maharaj was finally released from the captivity of the Mughals. As you know, the Shahu Maharaj was under Mughal captivity. So Shahu Maharaj was released by Prince Azam Shah. Now, but this Azam Shah has his own presumptions about releasing Shahu Maharaj because he thought if he will release Shahu Maharaj, then there will be a fight for Gaddi between Maharani Tarabai and Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj, and this will weaken the Maratha strength. The Maratha bravery and the Maratha strength will be weakened. So there was a battle between Maharani Tarabai and Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj in Pune on the bank of the river Khed. Okay, then this battle was won by Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj and he coronated himself and he declared Satara as the capital of Swaraj. Then what happened? Maharani Tarabai made his minor son Shivaji the One as the Maratha empire king, and she declared Kolhapur as the another capital of Swaraj. So there were two different capitals, Satara and Kolhapur at that time. Okay, then Delhi court needed the help of Marathas because Delhi court, everything was in confusion because there was no leader and no Mughal Sardar was working faithfully, loyally towards the kingdom. So the Delhi court finally needed the help from the Marathas. So they were working almost together. Then we learnt about Peshwa. Who was the Peshwa? Balaji Vishwanath Bhatt. Okay, he was appointed by Shahu Maharaj. So this we learnt in our last lesson. Also, we learnt how Balaji Vishwanath Bhatt convinced the Sayyid brothers, Abdullah Hassan and Hussein Ali, so that he can collect the revenue, the Chauthai and the Sardeshmukhi that I explained you in the last part of the lesson. Okay, so now we will learn more about some more historical characters, okay, in this lesson. Let's now move on to the next slide. Yes, so now Balaji Vishwanath Bhatt, जो बहुत ही अच्छे पेशवा रहे, so after his death, you can see on the screen all his belongings. You can see on the screen, students, see carefully उनके जो भी belongings थे, उनके जो औजार, जो तलवार, जो चाकू वो यूज करते थे, उनके जो पहनने का जो ये था वस्त्र, everything was handed over to his own son, and his son name was Balji Rao the One. Okay, So उनके जो भी सारे जो belongings थे, that was handed over to Bajirao I, and Bajirao I was very brave and has lot of strength. And now we will see in this lesson how one after the other he won over many battles and he weakened the Mughals from inside. Okay, बाहर से तो वो weaken हो ही गए थे, लेकिन how the Mughals were weakened from inside, this lesson we will talk more about Bajirao I. After the death of Balaji Vishwanath, Bajirao I became the Peshwa in 1720. Next we will see. Yes, so Bajirao I became Peshwa in 1720 and he expanded the Maratha Empire during the term of 20 years. He was Peshwa for 20 years. And during his term of 20 years, what work he did? He did the work of expanding the Maratha Empire. और ज़्यादा territories उन्होंने अपने कब्जे में करी. यही हम देखेंगे इस lesson में. Okay? Next we will see. Yes. Now we will learn more about who is Nizam and how he was defeated at Palkhed. Palkhed is a place near Aurangabad, okay, in Maharashtra. And who has defeated Nizam? Nizam was defeated by Bajirao the One. We will see how he was defeated, how Nizam was defeated at Palkhed. Okay, next slide we will see. Yes. So the Mughal emperor at that time, the Mughal emperor was Badshah Farooq Sir. Now Farooq Sir appointed Nizamul Mulk. Okay, Nizamul Mulk. Who was Nizamul Mulk? Nizamul Mulk was the Subedar of Dakhan. Deccan ka Subedar the wo. So Farooq Sir appointed Nizamul Mulk, and Nizam tried to establish his existence at Hyderabad. What did Nizam do? Nizam tried to establish his existence at Hyderabad. Okay, now the Marathas, you know, as have the Mughals have given the rights to Marathas to collect the revenue as Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi from the Mughal areas. So Nizam was against it. Okay, so Nizamul Mulk was against the rights given to the Marathas to collect Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi. Now we will see what happens next. Yes, so वो पालखेड़ के तरफ जो था और औरंगाबाद में महाराष्ट्र में पालखेड़ था. So what did Shahu Maharaj do? Shahu Maharaj sent Bajirao. Okay, क्योंकि why? Because Nizam was against the rights of Maratha to recover Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi from the Mughal areas. So the Nizam was against it. So he captured some part of Pune and Pargana. Okay, so Bajirao decided to teach Nizam lesson. क्योंकि दो काम करे थे निजाम ने. सबसे पहले चौथाई और सरदेशमुखी देना बंद कर दिए निजाम ने. दूसरा काम क्या किया उन्होंने? कॉन्कर कर लिए पार्ट ऑफ पुणे. ओके, सम पार्ट ऑफ पुणे वाज कॉन्कर्ड बाय निजाम. सो व्हाट डिड बाजीराव वन थॉट दैट नाउ ही विल टीच निजाम अ लेसन. So he defeated Nizam at Palkhed near Aurangabad. That we will see in the next slide. Okay, so what he did, he defeated Nizam at Palkhed. So near Aurangabad, the Nizam had accepted the Maratha right. Finally, the Nizam accepted the Maratha right to collect Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi. So as the Mughal power had become weak, now Bajirao, what did Bajirao thought? The Mughal power had become weak. I have conquered, I have defeated the Nizam. So now I can go on defeating other Mughal Sardars also. I will conquer other Mughal territories also. So that as the Mughal power had become weak, Bajirao knew that there was more scope to expand the Maratha Empire towards the northern side. So Shahu Maharaj also supported his policy. Okay, now next we will see how Bajirao went on conquering the Mughal territory and brought under it the territory under the Maratha Empire. Okay, next slide we will see. Yes, so finally Shahu Maharaj also supported Bajirao's policy. Shahu Maharaj gave full support to Bajirao in this expedition against the Mughals. Now, what was Bajirao's aim? To conquer more and more Mughal territories, to attack them and to conquer the Mughal territories. Okay, earlier what Marathas used to do? Earlier Marathas used to defend the fort. They used to protect the fort. But now they started attacking and started conquering the Mughal territory. Okay, so Shahu Maharaj supported this policy of Bajirao the One. Okay, next we will see. Now we will see what is happening in Malwa. As you can see on screen, students, Look carefully. It is a part of Madhya Pradesh. Malwa is the name of a place. Okay. Now you can also see on screen there are two people, Bajirao and Chimaji Appa. Now these two characters are very important in history. Who was Bajirao? Bajirao was the son of Balaji Vishwanath Bhatt, who was the present Peshwa. And who was Chimaji Appa? Chimaji Appa was the brother of Bajirao. As brave and as strength he has like Bajirao only. Okay, he was also very expert in conquering Mughal territories. So we will learn more what work was given to Chimaji Appa. Okay, Chimaji Appa was the brother of Bajirao. Next we will see. Yes, so Malwa was in Madhya Pradesh. So Bajirao sent Malhar Rao Holkar, Ranoji Shinde and Udaji Pawar. Okay, along with the leadership of Chimaji Appa. As I said, Chimaji Appa was the brother of Bajirao I. So all these people went to Malwa to conquer the Malwa. So under the leadership of Chimaji Appa, there they went to strengthen their post. Okay, उनका जो भी हिस्सा जो territory है उसको और strengthen करने के लिए Chimaji Appa along with these three people, याद रखो, you have to remember the names of these three people. Who were they? Malhar Rao Holkar, Raneji Shinde and Udaji Pawar. Okay, under the leadership of Chimaji Appa. Okay, next we will see. Now we will learn more about Bundelkhand. Students, you might have heard this name Bundelkhand. You might have heard Chhatrasal, Bundelkhand. We will learn more about Bundelkhand in our next slides. Let's see what is happening at Bundelkhand. Yes, now Bundelkhand, as you can see on screen on the map, Bundelkhand means some part of Madhya Pradesh and some part of Uttar Pradesh. It was in the middle. Okay, some part of Uttar Pradesh and some part of Madhya Pradesh. So it was in the middle, Bundelkhand. So areas around Jhansi, Panna and Sagar. Now these are the name of places. So कहाँ था बुंदेलखंड? आधा उत्तर प्रदेश में है, आधा मध्य प्रदेश में है. And you can also see in Chhatrasal. Yes, remember Chhatrasal, how Chhatrasal has established his independent kingdom in Bundelkhand. Okay, now what is happening between Chhatrasal and Muhammad Khan Bangush? Okay, now he was the Subedar, Mughal Subedar of Allahabad. We will see in our next slide what is happening between Chhatrasal and Muhammad Khan Bangush. Yes, now Bundelkhand, I explain you, it is a part of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Now King Chhatrasal has established his independent kingdom in Bundelkhand. This everyone knows this part. The Mughal Subedar Muhammad Khan Bangush of Allahabad attacked Bundelkhand. Okay, and had already defeated Chhatrasal. Chhatrasal को हरा दिया था किसने? Muhammad Khan Bangush, who was the Subedar of Allahabad. Now what happened? Chhatrasal appealed to Bajirao for help. Chhatrasal को पता था कि किसके चर्चे हो रहे वो टाइम पे? Who was very famous? Bajirao I, because he was very brave and he was going on attacking Mughal territory. He was going on conquering the Mughal territory under the Maratha Empire. So Chhatrasal thought that now I am defeated. My independent kingdom of Bundelkhand has went in the hands of Mughal Subedar, that is Muhammad Khan Bangush. Now whom did Chhatrasal appeal for help? Bajirao. Okay, because he knew Bajirao's valor, he knew the strength of Bajirao. तो बाजीराव की मदद से वापस मैं मेरा बुंदेलखंड जो है वो पालूंगा वापस. So Chhatrasal appealed to Bajirao for help. So Bajirao ने क्या किया? Bajirao took a large army and went to Bundelkhand. Next, let us see what happens next. क्या होता है आगे? क्या वापस बुंदेलखंड मिलता है छत्रसल को? Let us see now. Okay, so Bajirao took a large army and extended his support to Chhatrasal. Chhatrasal ने जब मांगी उससे मदद तो बाजीराव ने उनको मदद दी. तो Bajirao took a large army and went to Bundelkhand. He defeated Bangush. Okay, so Chhatrasal honored बाजीराव, छत्रसल ने थैंक यू बोला बाजीराव को और बाजीराव को ऑनर्ड किया उस टाइम पे. दिस इज हाउ मराठास वाज ट्राइंग टू एस्टैब्लिश सुप्रीमेसी इन मालवा एंड बुंदेलखंड. तो बुंदेलखंड में भी सुप्रीमेसी होगी मराठास की, बिकॉज फाइनली छत्रसल को उनका जो किंगडम था किसने दिलवाया, हमारे बाजीराव ने दिलाया. तो मालवा और बुंदेलखंड दोनों जगह मराठा सुप्रीमेसी, बोथ द प्लेसेस the Marathas became famous and the Marathas developed their supremacy in both these places, that was Malwa and Bundelkhand. Now let us see what happens next. Okay, so the Bajirao demanded, now at that time after getting the Bundelkhand, what did Bajirao do? Bajirao demanded from the emperor's office the Subedar of Malwa. Now the emperor declined his demand. Emperor जो थे उन्होंने उनकी डिमांड को क्या कर दिया, डिक्लाइन कर दिया. So what did Bajirao do, you know? बाजीराव मार्च टुवर्ड्स दिल्ली. बाजीराव किसको अटैक करने गए, डायरेक्ट दिल्ली में, डायरेक्ट जो कैपिटल था मुगल एम्पायर का. बाजीराव मार्च टुवर्ड्स दिल्ली इन 1737 and the Mughals were taken by surprise. Now as you can see on your screen, there is written Battle of Bhopal. So why did Battle of Bhopal took place? Because of Bajirav's demand. Bajirao directly demanded from the Subedar of Malwa. Okay, there was but the demand was declined by the emperor who was at Delhi. So in order to fight against the emperor, the Bajirao won march against the Mughal Empire on the in Delhi in 1707, and the Battle of Bhopal took place. Now let us see what happens. What happens in the Battle of Bhopal? Okay, so next screen we will see what happens. Okay, so as you all know that he was very famous, Bajirao, for his strength and valor and his attacking nature. He went on attacking the Mughal empires. So the emperors felt uneasy that Bajirao is coming and attacking Delhi now. Now what will happen? So the Bajirao sent for the Delhi expedition. Bajirao is coming and Bajirao is going to attack the heart of Mughal empire, which is Delhi. Delhi was the capital of Mughal empire. So he invited Nizamul Mulk, as you know, to protect Delhi. Now Nizam marched against Bajirao with his huge army. और उनको रास्ते में मिल गए, रास्ते में भोपाल था. दिल्ली आने से पहले ही निजाम को कौन मिल गए, हमारे बाजीराव मिल गए. रास्ते में निजाम को किसने अपॉइंट किया था, मुगल एम्परर ने अपॉइंट किया था निजाम को टू फाइट अगेंस्ट बाजीराव वन, so that he does not even reach Delhi. So Nizam marched against Bajirao with his huge army. As you know, मुगल एम्पायर के पास क्या था, एक चीज, ह्यूज आर्मी. उनके पास बहुत सारी आर्मीज रहती थी और बहुत सारी आर्टिलरीज, horses, elephants, these all things they used to have. So Nizam marched against Bajirao with his huge army and Bajirao already defeated him at Bhopal. Bajirao ने क्या किया, उनको कहाँ डिफीट कर दिया, भोपाल में. और लेकिन वो दिल्ली नहीं पहुंच पाए क्योंकि उनकी जो डिमांड थी, whatever demand Bajirao one had was completed by the मालवा सुबेदारी. ओके, मालवा की सुबेदारी चाहिए थी तो वो उनको मिल गई. निजाम ने वो एक पैक्ट बना लिया कि now you can have the सुबेदारी of Malwa for the Marathas from the Badshah. Okay, so before reaching Delhi, the सुबेदारी was given. सुबेदारी कहाँ की सुबेदारी चाहिए थी, हमारे बाजीराव को मालवा की सुबेदारी चाहिए थी, and that he got from the Nizam. Nizam completed his demand from the Badshah. Now we will learn more about Portuguese. As I have said you in earlier lessons, students, Portuguese, who were Portuguese? Portuguese were also foreign powers who were conquering. Okay, India पे सबकी नजर थी. सारे जो foreign powers आप ये lesson में और history में पढ़ रहे, सबकी नजर किस पे थी, India पे. So they started conquering some part of Vasai and Thane. Now also if y'all people will go to Vasai, you will see forts all built by Portuguese people. The architecture is all Portuguese because काफी साल तक, from many years, the Portuguese ruled over these places. The place's name is Vasai and Thane. So the territories of Vasai and Thane on the Konkan coast. Okay, so this is coastline you can see on the screen. So on the Konkan coast were in the position of Portuguese. Now Portuguese rulers oppressed their subjects. Portuguese बहुत ही खूंखार टाइप के थे. They used to oppress their subjects and subjects मतलब जो प्रजा थी उसके ऊपर बहुत गलत व्यवहार करते थे, bad behavior करते थे. So that is called oppressing their subjects. Okay, as I have seen you right to live freely, I have taught you. So these rights were not given to the subjects. प्रजा को ये राइट्स नहीं दिए जाते। तो हम देखेंगे, और आप देख रहे हैं स्क्रीन पे पोर्चुगीज के पास तोप थी। दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ आर्टिलरी, यू माइट हैव सीन। So this was possessed only by the Portuguese, not the Mughals and not the Marathas. Portuguese have artilleries like तोप। उनके पास देखो कितने जो न्यू जनरेशन की जो तोप होती है वो उनके पास थी for attacking. Okay, so now let's see, did Bajirao I defeated Portuguese? We will learn in next slide. Okay, so Bajirao I along with Shimaji Appa had a plan कि अभी no more along the coast of जो कोंकण पे जो वसई एंड थाने and the Portuguese का जो rule है that we will subdue. We will not let Portuguese harass our people and we are going to defeat the Portuguese. Okay, so Chimaji went. Chimaji Appa, मैंने आपको कहा था who is Chimaji Appa? Chimaji Appa was the brother of Bajirao. So Chimaji conquered Thane and adjacent areas in 1739. Then what he did, he laid a siege to Vasai Fort. आपको सबको पता होगा वसई का किला. So Vasai Fort. Now this Vasai Fort was very strong. We will see what happens next. In next slide we will see. Yes, so there was a battle, as you can see on screen, students. There was a battle between Chimaji Appa. There is Chimaji Appa and there is Portuguese leader. So there was a battle between Chimaji Appa and the Portuguese leader. So the Portuguese had a very powerful artillery, as I said you earlier. मैंने आपको पहले कहा कि उनके पास क्या थी, तोप था. Okay, so in spite of all this, Chimaji continued the expedition with perseverance and forced the Portuguese to surrender. The Portuguese were forced कि आप लोग अब surrender करो. And the fort of Vasai and large parts of Portuguese territories passed on to the hands of the Marathas. Okay, next slide we will see. Yes, आप देख सकते हैं on the screen. The fort of Vasai fell in the hands of Chimaji Appa. Now you can understand how both the brothers were so brave and were so courageous. They used to fight with all their strength, even though they did not have artilleries as the Portuguese had. The Portuguese had refined artillery, finest artillery, जो नए टाइप का होता है, तोप का इस्तेमाल करे. फिर भी कौन जीत गया इसमें? चिमाजी अप्पा की जीत हुई. एंड द फोर्ट ऑफ वसई एंड लार्ज पार्ट्स ऑफ द पोर्चुगीज टेरिटरी पास इनटू द हैंड्स ऑफ मराठास. तो मराठास अभी आप देख सकते हैं एक के बाद एक, पहले मलवा, फिर बुंदेलखंड, सूबेदारी मिल गई मलवा की, उसके बाद में हमको जो थाने और वसई के पार्ट से, और ये जो वसई का फोर्ट था, that was very important from the historical point of view and from the geographical point of view. Why? Because it was on the coast, Konkan coast. So जो coastal forts होते हैं वो बहुत important होते हैं, because we can protect the border also. So this fell into the hands of Maratha. So you saw in this lesson how one by one all the forts were captured by Maratha, all territories were captured by Maratha, alliances were made, as I said you, Chhatrasal and the alliance between Nizamul Mulk and Bajirao. So all these alliances were made and the forts were captured. So Malwa, Bundelkhand, and finally the defeat of Portuguese one by one. In his tenure of 20 years, Bajirao I and his brother, along with his brother, leadership of his brother, Bajirao I did a very significant job of conquering the Maratha Empire and expanding. This is what we are learning in this lesson. How the Maratha Empire was expanded, how it spread not even to the Maharashtra. It was not only in the Maharashtra, but whole of India was under the Maratha रूलर्स. मराठा सरदार्स के अंदर होल ऑफ इंडिया आ गया. पूरे मराठा एम्पायर जो था पूरे इंडिया जो में छा गया. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट स्लाइड वी विल सी व्हाट हैपेंस नेक्स्ट. यस, सो फाइनली द डेथ ऑफ बाजीराव टुक प्लेस. वी विल सी हाउ बाजीराव डाइड. सो नादिर शाह एक एम्परर थे ईरान के. ओके, नाउ ईरान की भी नजर, आपको मैंने कहा जो सारे फॉरेन, ऑल दिस फॉरेन रूलर्स had an eye on India because India was full of wealth. How? Which wealth? Not only the wealth like gold and silver. India was full. India land is cultivable land. जो इंडिया की जो धरती है उस पे आप कुछ भी उगाएंगे तो उग जाता है. So all these people have eyes on India कि हमको इंडिया जाके लूट करनी है. So नादिर शाह, the emperor of Iran, invaded India. Okay, उसने इंडिया पे हमला कर दिया. So following the order of Shahu Maharaj, Bajirao set out for the north. Bajirao went out for the north and with a big army to defend the Mughal power. Okay, so ये power को defend करने के लिए बाजीराव चले गए against whom? Against Nadir Shah. Okay, so by the time he reached Burhanpur, Nadir Shah had returned to Iran with an enormous booty looted from Delhi. Okay, so Delhi से उन्होंने बहुत सारा लूटमार की, किसने? नादिर शाह ने, और वो अपना ईरान भी पहुंच गए थे बाय द टाइम बाजीराव रीच्ड बुरहानपुर. तो इन दोनों के बीच में बैटल होने वाली थी, बट दैट डिड नॉट टुक प्लेस बिकॉज नादिर शाह हैज ऑलरेडी डन हिज वर्क एंड रिटर्न टू दिल्ली. ही ऑलरेडी इन्वेडेड दिल्ली एंड लूटेड अ लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ बूटी. बूटी का मतलब होता है सब जो सोने जवाहरात जो होते हैं, ज्वेलरी होती है, उस सबको गोल्ड सिल्वर, ऑल दिस आर टुगेदर कॉल्ड एज बूटी. So he already invaded India, he invaded Delhi, and he had looted a large amount of booty, and he was returning to Iran. But where was Bajirao? Bajirao was still at Burhanpur. Now we will see next what happens. Okay, so now they were under this expedition. उन लोग यही एक्सपेडिशन में थे. So in April 1740, Bajirao breathed his last at Raverkhedi on the banks of the river Narmada. नर्मदा के जो तट के पास he breathed his last. So because he was on the expedition against the Irani ruler Nizam Nadir Shah, but he was not able to have a battle because Nadir Shah has already returned to Iran with a large booty. Now Bajirao was still on way to return, but what happened? थोड़े से बीमार हो गए वो at the Narmada banks of the Narmada river at Raverkhedi. Okay, next we will see. Yes, नर्मदा काट के पास रावेरखेड़ी में 28 April 1740 Bajirao breathed his last. So now you have already learnt about this great leader. Next slide we will see. Yes, so formidable power. Formidable मतलब ऐसा power जिसके आगे सब fail हो जाए, जिसको कोई झुका नहीं सकता है. So Bajirao was a great general. With his valor, with his strength, with his capacity, he established the Maratha supremacy in the north. Nobody can imagine कि जो मराठा supremacy कहाँ establish कर सकते हैं हम लोग? North में. But Bajirao did this. Bajirao established supremacy in the north. Okay. So he won the status of the Maratha power as a formidable power in the whole of India. Whole of India में Maratha power क्या हो गया? Formidable, जिसको कोई झुका नहीं सकता. So in the whole of India, this became the formidable power. Okay, so next we will see. Next slide. Okay, so and as you can see in this on your screen, होलकर, शिंदे, पवार और गायकवाड़, ये जो थे चार फैमिली के लोग हैं, मतलब चार फैमिलीज है उस टाइम पे. So in this time, the Shinde, the Holkars, the Pawar, Gaikwad families attained prominence. उस टाइम पे ये जो families थी ये आगे आई है for the Maratha Empire, for fighting for the Maratha Empire, for supporting the Marathas. So Holkar, Shinde, Pawar, Gaikwad, all this name you have to remember. These families attained prominence, means they got the importance and they were very prominent and they were supporting this fight against the Mughals, fight against the Iranians and the Portuguese. So as you saw in this lesson, what we studied, how Bajirao I became Peshwa after Vishwanath Bhatt, and how Bajirao captured Malwa. Bajirao defeated captured Bundelkhand and gave it back to Chhatrasal. He was honored by Chhatrasal. How Bajirao defeated the Nizam at Bhopal. Okay, we even saw that, and how he got the Subedari of the Malwa. So how he was one by one defeating the Mughals and getting the territories under the Maratha kingdom. Okay, so everybody understood lesson, students? That's it. That's the end of our lesson. We have completed this lesson now. The expansion of the Maratha power. We have finally completed this lesson. Do you have to ask me anything? Do you have any questions, students? You can ask me any part of the lesson you have not understood. I will explain once again.